Next up, we're going to talk about the HP PageWide Managed Color MFP E77650. That tells you it is a PageWide Pro, so it does use ink to print, and it's printing at 50 pages per minute as the baseline. You can actually go to the general office settings that we'll talk about when we dive into the print driver. It'll let you go up to 75 pages per minute, so very robust machine here. When you walk up to the control panel, you'll see some neat features. You have your copy features, you have your scan features, print, fax. We can even scroll over and do some of the more advanced things. So if we have our contacts listed with an LDAP directory, or if we just simply input those, we can touch here to dive into them. We've got some different reports we can do and a couple of quick set buttons. Those are basically like shortcuts. We also can dive into some of the support tools, job logs, some of our different settings to go into the machine. One feature that a lot of customers like is being able to touch and see where my supplies are right out of the gate before we dive in. You don't have to go too deep into the menus. Why that's useful is if you're about to run a long job, you can get an idea if you need to get more supplies or not. And again, real easy to use touch panel, very intuitive. Our scan features, you can scan to email, network folder, USB, job storage, some of your more advanced software scans as well. We can go in and print from an internal job storage as well as a USB drive if needed. And then again, our copy features gives you the ability to do some pretty basic copying things as well as more advanced that you can get into where you start making booklets and duplexing and all kinds of fun stuff here. But again, the HP PageWide Pro Managed E77650. Very straightforward device. The output here, it gives you the ability to do a corner staple. That's what you see going on inside of here. Again, very similar. You'll see your supply cartridges are right here. They just pop right out on a spring. Gives you nice documentation as to what they are, where they go, all that fun stuff. Very easy to replace, very easy to store. This particular device is equipped with 3 paper trays. It's got one that can be a universal. It can go down to a 5x7 or up to an 11x17. This device has the 2 large capacity trays for letter size paper only. So if you have a need to run a large amount of letter size paper, this may be a great way to go because you can actually put 2 full cases of paper in the machine at one time without having to make any changes. So also included is a bypass again. So if you needed to do any kind of card stock or envelopes or anything along that line, you have that capability. More robust document feeder. You can hold up to 250 documents. It prints, or excuse me, it scans both sides in one pass. So it gives you a tremendous productivity from a scanning perspective, as well as a platinum glass. Again, if you needed to do any ID cards, checks, torn paper, staple paper, books, anything along that line. But we're really excited about what's going on with the HP PageWide devices. Both give you tremendous amount of features at an extremely aggressive price from an operational perspective as well as an acquisition cost.